Earlier this morning, the Indians made it official, trading for Andrew Miller, left-hander from the Yankees bullpen, who has been absolutely dynamite this year. They paid a steep price to get him, sending 4 minor league prospects, including Clint Frazier.
Well, I'll tell you what, they've gone from having no left-handers throughout the course of the year. They have Crockett now to having the best in the league, really.
Yes.
You know what I'm thinking? He's the best you could get. No question, bar none.
According to Elias, in the last 104 games over 2 years, Andrew Miller has a 1.77 earned run average. That's the lowest ever for a Yankee left-hander in over 100 games with the club.
Okay. Be nice to say if he can continue to do that with the Indians.
Well, I know you've seen a lot more baseball than I have, but I can't think of too many guys that use a bullpen better or more efficiently than Terry Francona. So if anybody's going to put Miller in a position to succeed and help the club, it's going to be Tito.
Yeah. Well, he has options, as they say, and that's going to be nice.
And the great thing about Miller is they made the trade. He's working the flights. He's going to be here tonight. He'll be probably in uniform and ready to go tomorrow.
Yeah, and tomorrow the Indians will start a 4-game series, getting back into their division against the Minnesota Twins coming to town.
The 1-2. Vogt drives one deep to right. Back goes Lonnie Chisnall to track it down. Here's Terry Francona on the transition of Andrew Miller to former starter, from former starter to current reliever.
I just loved what I saw. I remember telling him, hey man, we're going to simplify opening days, not the finish line. We just, you know, and as the course of the year, you know, he wasn't the finished product, but he was getting there. And then I ended up leaving and he took off. So it'll be nice to be in the same uniform because, you know, it's exciting because, I mean, something you envision something, and then when it actually happens, and then you add in that he's a really good kid, it's a nice combination.
Tito, of course, had Andrew Miller in Boston when he was a starter, and he just couldn't quite put it all together. So they began the process of transitioning him to the bullpen.
Well, Tito told him, look, hey, look, don't think opening day is going to be your day to be ready. We'll get you through this thing. We'll redo your mechanics and do everything, because when they first got him, he was all arms and legs, as tall as he was. And by the time that came through and Miller started to pitch successfully, Tito was gone from Boston. So now he's going to have a chance to maybe reap some of those things that he never had before.
Scott Atchison was in Boston when the refined Andrew Miller came back as a reliever, and he said, you know, when he first came out of the bullpen, he was still using the windup.
Right.
And he said it was amazing. He'd come out and walk the first guy. Then he'd get into the stretch and strike out the side.
Yeah.
And he said eventually they convinced him to just put that windup on the shelf, and the rest is history.